Does anyone have any spare change? Please, anything helps. How many of you have heard or seen something similar to this when in an urban setting? Homelessness is a social and economic issue that continues to plague our cities all over the nation. Many people may just turn the opposite way when they see a homeless person in the street, but many of these people are in dire need of help. Although it may be easy to say, hey, just get a job, there are many other inhibiting factors to homelessness.
We've all seen homelessness in some way or another, whether it be in our local community in Fargo or in a different city. Everyone should become more aware of homelessness so that we can better our community and our nation as a whole.
We will talk about the main issues of homelessness in our communities, what factors are causing homelessness, and some methods to better the quality of their lives. To begin with, let's look at some statistics. They just might surprise you. A 2015 study conducted by the city of Fargo found that 760 people were homeless on any given night in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Although it's only a small percentage, it's still too much, and other cities around the U.S. are even worse. According to a 2015 report by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, found in a 2016 article by Alex Berizzo, the following cities hold the title Top 3 Cities by Homeless Population. New York City leads with 75,000 homeless. Los Angeles comes in second with 41,000, with Seattle following with 10,000. Nationwide, on any given night, there are 1 million homeless people. So what's the problem? Many Americans don't know where they're going to sleep. So let's face it, no one should have to live that way. Living comes at a cost, unfortunately. $28,456 a year to be exact for a single individual in America. Housing takes about 25% of that, and children only cause the number to skyrocket. For many Americans, this cost is too much, and they have no choice but to become homeless. Because homelessness and poverty are closely related, homeless people also struggle to provide resources essential to life for themselves and their families. For example, food, clothing, hygiene, and a place to call home. According to research from the Substance Abuse and Health Services Administration, communities with higher rates of homelessness tend to have even higher rates of crime and addiction. 38% of homeless people abuse alcohol, and 26% abuse drugs. They're in need of your help. But the homeless should not be mistaken with criminals. Try to put yourself in their shoes. Try to feel their pain. It's got to be something. Looking deeper into what causes homelessness can help determine what steps need to be taken to solve the problem.
A common stereotype often associated when seeing a homeless person is that the main cause of their homelessness is due to their own fault. But according to the Homeless Hub in 2013, that the causes of homelessness can be grouped into 3 main factors. These factors are categorized as structural, system failures, and individual. Structural factors are defined as economic or social issues that affect the living methods for people. For example, after the housing market crash in 2007, Minneapolis, Minnesota alone recorded a 20% increase in homelessness during the first 10 months of the financial crisis, stated by Barbara Sard in 2009. Now, system failures occur when a government means of support or care change for the worse or become unsuccessful. Some examples of these systems are healthcare and welfare. And a current case of this was reported by Ed Bolin and others just last year when 22 states installed a limit of only 3 months on the food stamp program SNAP for all adults under the age of 50 that are unemployed regardless of their circumstances. Lastly, individual factors include a variety of causes, including traumatic events such as house fires or sudden job loss, to personal crises, which involves domestic abuse, mental health, or addiction challenges. It may be assumed that the greatest cause of personal homelessness is due to alcohol or substance abuse. However, it is found that one of the main causes for homelessness is actually domestic violence. And the National Coalition for Homelessness in 2009 published that around 30% of families and individuals were homeless because of domestic violence in a recording from 2008. Whichever the factor is that is causing an individual or family to become homeless, there are facilities and opportunities to help the people that need it most to get back on their feet.
There are many ways to help the homeless. One way is to volunteer. Volunteering is a great way to give back to your community locally. According to the website of the U.S. Corporation for National and Community Service, individuals who volunteer have lower mortality rates, can carry out simple tasks more easily, and are happier later in life. So not only does volunteering help the community, it also helps them on a personal level. There are many opportunities to volunteer. Some of the most popular are to work at a soup kitchen or a food shelter. These are crucial to the homeless community because they're their main source of food, and they can get food at a very cheap price. Another popular place to volunteer is at the homeless shelter. This is where a large chunk of the homeless sleep, and without volunteering, they would have to sleep on the streets. Another great way to help the homeless is to donate. According to a 2014 USA Today article from writer Natalie de Blasio, 1 out of every 7 Americans relies on food banks. That's a lot of people, 1 out of every 7. There are constantly food drives going on, whether it be at schools, churches, or grocery stores. And they're very easy to find. Some other ways that you can help are the Minnesota Sandwich Project. This is a nonprofit organization where you can donate your sandwiches and they disperse them in the middle of the night to the homeless in the streets. It's also very cold in the Midwest, especially during the winter, and it is smart to donate your old jackets to Goodwill to help the homeless. Although not all homeless have children, it's also very helpful to donate to Toys for Tots. Homeless families have trouble getting money during Christmas, and it's a very hard time for them. You can also help by volunteering for the Habitat for Humanity. This is a Christian organization, though you don't have to be a Christian to help. They build houses for families that are at risk of becoming homeless. As you have just heard, homelessness affects many people, but if we come together, we can conquer it.
Today we have discussed the problems of homelessness, along with the negative effects that it has in our communities. Especially in our country, we should make it our focus to strengthen our citizens holistically, and by decreasing the amount of homelessness is a way to help aid this. No matter what factors may be hindering a person into becoming homeless, there are ways to help fix this issue. By volunteering at different homeless shelters, donating spare change, even non-perishable food items, can truly make the largest difference in the homeless community.
So next time you see a homeless person on the street, don't think of them as a lazy, unemployed bum, a criminal, or anything else, but rather a human being just like yourself, because that's what they are. They're in need of help, your help. Think of the possibilities in which you could better their lives and put an end to homelessness.